Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We are on Xbox One X. I've been playing this game for what seems like, I don't know, a never-ending amount of time. Our group just left a camp. This is the first time I was actually able to get a group of 4 players. It's always seemingly just putting me in a group with one other person. And we're going to go and accomplish some sort of mission, which I guess is a good thing. So on this game, this is Xbox One X enhanced, so there are 2 visual options in the game, and you can go to settings and do that. And we're hopefully going to show off a little bit of both here. So there's HDR calibration, which is a nice touch, and then there's also graphic fidelity. Or you can focus on resolution. So you get the 2 choices, and it seems like graphic fidelity is all of a sudden chosen, even though I picked resolution prior. So this is the latest open world take on Ghost Recon Wildlands. Was the first. This is a direct sequel to that one. It's got a standalone story where you're coming in here and John Berthnall is like this bad guy, and he, I guess, went crazy during the war or something like that. Or maybe he didn't go crazy, maybe he's just a really focused guy, I don't know. Moving past that, you're gonna be in a squad of 4. The game's got a matchmaking system that kinda works alright, but really doesn't, and it's kind of a pain because you'll join and you'll have to load somewhere, but then once you load into that world, you'll realize that person has left the world before you even loaded into that world. So I don't know why they're matchmaking, I don't get the point of it. Yeah, so not a fan of this one. It's just really, really boring. I gotta be honest, and the narrative is kind of like absolute nonsense. It's filled to the brim with microtransactions that may or may not be toned back to a degree. It's I don't know. The story, you're just doing a. This is what the game is. I'll break it down really easily. It's basically meandering through a large ass forest, like the game actually does have. Like a pretty big map that you can explore with lots of stuff on it. But you have to walk and walk and walk. And sometimes you get a vehicle. Sometimes, you know, your vehicle gets destroyed. Sometimes you fail a mission, then you'll have to walk from somewhere. And it's just so boring. You're walking and then you're doing like 2 minutes of gameplay. Sometimes you're not even like fighting anybody. You're just walking to a building, scanning something, and then leaving. And then you get put into these weird cutscenes. Like there's one cutscene where the guy is just like looking over his stuff, and he's like, "I've got an iPad to show you with PDF files." But it's like, bro, you could have just sent those PDF files wirelessly. Like, I don't know. And the story just seems all over the place. And then you're trying to play with other people, but they're not. It doesn't connect you to the stories they're working on, and it's weird. So I'll compare this to Division 2 because they're both Ubisoft titles. They're both open world. Well, all Ubisoft games these days are open world because that's how they do their systems nowadays. But that one was focused. When you wanted to play with people, you connected to them, you played with them, and it was, you know, fairly easygoing, really streamlined. I really enjoy the Division 2. And then you get to this one, and it's just, it feels like nonsense. It's a boring, wandering title where the story isn't really that interesting. Like I mean, you got a big name actor in it, it's really cool, but you know, you get a little bit of context into who he is, but he's not really an interesting villain. I don't get his motivations. I don't understand the point of it. They've plopped us onto this futuristic island where it's like nature but also futuristic, and they just kind of throw you into there, and I'm just not enjoying it because it's so boring. Like I was playing with a guy, I think we played together for like 5 hours or something the one night, just working through quests because we worked a bit and we got synced up because we actually had to spend time to sync up in order to play together. And it was just so boring. We kept sitting there. It was like, wow, this just doesn't end. And you gotta walk and you gotta travel and you gotta go far. Like there'll be 2.2 kilometers that way. You'll get there, and then you'll have to travel like 2.2 kilometers that way, and then travel 2.2 kilometers that way. And if you don't have a helicopter, you just want to jump off a cliff. There's like limited fast travel capabilities in this, and I don't know, it's hard to get people to actually do anything too. And when you look at the world in a greater scale, like all the little settlements and that, there's no point in doing them. Like I take out little settlement areas of enemies, you know, little fortifications or whatever, and there's no point to it. You get to open a crate that has like a piece of gear that you might get, like you see this little white box on the screen. you'll get like a, I don't know, like a shirt or a hat or something for doing that. And it's like, okay, and then I guess you can go back to the same zone and there'll be new enemies there. I don't understand the point of it. It's so tedious. It's so boring. It's a nightmare. And I also don't find the missions very interesting. Like, I will say they're a little bit dynamic in regards to what you're doing, but I don't quite get my motivation or the point behind certain things that we are doing in the game, which is, I don't know,
Can you help me? I'm trying to
a little bit disappointing. They do have like cutscenes and stuff. I guess from a visual standpoint, I will mention that, wasn't I just talking with this guy? Did we fight? What happened there?
Hello, stranger. Can you help me? I'm trying to find.
Yeah, so I guess for the world itself does have a pretty good draw distance, especially in the helicopter. You see pretty far. I have noticed a number of like finer pointed issues in the game. Certain characters not appearing, certain clipping issues and stuff. And I don't know. That's not a huge issue, I guess. But this has been the graphic fidelity mode. I think it's a good time to switch over. And it's weird. Like you can shoot through glass and stuff, but you can't actually break the glass or go through it. And the game constantly pushes me to this perspective. Like I want to be in this shoulder, and everywhere I go, it keeps like forcing me back onto that other shoulder. It's driving me crazy. But we are going to change the settings so that you get the different visual look in this game. Oh, and there's the store. I just want to be able to show off, the two different options so that you can get a comparison to them. Because I think that's an important aspect of play. So there's also a PvP mode in the game that you can do. I found it really sort of also boring. It's a search and destroy sort of thing, right? But the maps are a little too big and they're not very focused, and that kind of like bothers me a bit. I just didn't find it very fun. And I guess there's a couple different, oh come on, get to the front seat. There's a couple different options in it. Like, it's not just search and destroy, but that's what I kind of like in it too. And I don't know, I didn't really get into the PvP too much. I played a couple matches of it, and it really wasn't quite for me. Which is disappointing, because I actually kind of enjoyed the PvP in, in the Division, which is what I make a lot of comparisons to. Yeah, a lot of grass popping. Lots of grass popping. But you do get an actually fairly lovely looking world. The trees are really dynamic. Obviously with this one we get a little bit more issues. You see little bits of screen tearing that were popping up there. I should also mention the other content. So this is like the matchmaking system, how you join into people. I guess the XP level is your sort of level and you're playing. And then you got this large map, and it's detailed with all the crap you can do and where your teammates are. I have no idea what they're actually doing. They're just sort of chilling out. And yeah. And then there's all these checkpoints with different things that you go to or places you've been. And yeah, it may not seem like I've been to a lot of the map, but I've been to a lot of the different places. And it's just kind of like takes forever to do stuff, which is why I'm just getting through it. And then there's these missions, and then you get like main missions, and you get new missions from people, and then more missions pile on, and then you got this stuff, and this is where you like pick new pieces of gear, so you get better chest piece and stuff, and it changes how you look. So that aspect's kind of cool. Not changing the pants though, because the ghillie suit look for me is absolutely just hilarious in this. Then you got your skill tree. There's 4 sort of classes, and then you use your XP to buy the various skills, and then you input the skills onto your character. There's a lot of different appearance options and tweaks you can make too if you want to look a little bit fancier. That is all up to you. We're going to continue driving along. It's just, I don't know, like, it's not very focused. It's a lot of meandering. And the more I play it, the more I'm just so tired and uninterested in it. Like, I'm trying my best to like it, but I just don't quite see the motivations and stuff. Where are we going for this particular quest? What one are we doing? Investigating the dog tags. I don't want to go there. You also have like a main hub area too that you can go to and do stuff in. You can sit around a campfire. I'm trying to get over there. I'm not sure if these guys are actually doing anything mission-wise. Is he in a helicopter? Not available anywhere in a fight. a cutscene has started. Sure, we'll show off the cutscene visuals with the resolution option. Again, I think for this one, the graphic fidelity might be your sort of best choice. So in the game, you get a couple cutscene like selections that come in. There's ones where you just watch it, and there's ones where it's kind of like you could skip through it. It's like be chatting. It's like in-game chatting, as opposed to like a rendered cutscene, which is taking a while to load.
Are you here to take
There we go. So we got the cutscene going on.
I've been good.
And this
Really
is sort of
good.
what it looks like.
You the
Again,
man
we're in the
in charge of the
resolution
Natural
mode,
Hazard
so
Control
a
Center.
little bit more
didn't
issues
wanna leave.
performance-wise
Mark
compared
made
to the
me.
graphic
He
fidelity.
said I needed some time to rest.
Mark? Is he the office director?
Yeah, some of the
Yes,
dialogue's a
Mark.
bit weird too,
It was his idea.
because I'm playing
She's
as
not
like
a
a
bad
female
person.
character,
She
but they
taught-
called it like a he a number of times, so it's just kind of weird.
Hmm?
Yeah, and then there's like these other characters that kind of get introduced, like villain-wise,
I'm
but
sorry she hurt
I don't
you.
know.
He said he was going to. I'll be good.
I don't quite get the point of their involvement. Alright, let's continue moving along. Oh, now we're back over here. Fantastic. Guess we'll join up with the team. I wanted to show off some, like, combat, but again, a lot of this is sort of just, like, walking places. And it constantly keeps throwing tutorials in my face. I don't think we've seen them up, but it's like, it's always like, deploy your drone and stuff, and it's like, I don't want to. It's not bothering me. So you can use stealth when you're playing, or you just go up and actually shoot people. It's a pretty intense game. You actually have to bandage up injuries, which is a pain in the ass. Well, I guess you could use quick injections, but you don't really want to waste that kind of thing, and then you're putting those on. Where is everyone? Like, what are you doing? What's going on? This guy's wandering here. Guess I'll fly up in the helicopter, show off the world better. Again, being in the resolution mode. See what I mean by like render distance? Really good. You see really far. You get a good sense of the scale of the world and everything, which is nice. Is there a teammate down here? Come on, pick him up. Maybe do anything in this. There's a teammate. Is he back over there more? The biscuit boy. But that's really quite like what a lot of this is. It's traveling to where you're going, getting a few minutes of cutscenes, doing like 2 minutes of gameplay shooting, and just it feels unfocused. It's not going where it wants to go, and it just kind of like wander around for a while. A fast travel point. Oh my god, that is amazing. Always wanted one of those. Yeah, you go see if this guy's doing anything exciting. Oh, and sometimes there's like vehicles to shoot and stuff, so that's cool. There are like faction battles you can do. There's a lot of like side missions, which is kind of cool. Just want to show off some like gunfighting play, which is kind of unsmart doing that in the open field. You can do that. You can like zoom in on first-person shots. That style of play. I also got like a shotgun kind of thing here. Very powerful gun, very strong. It's kind of cool. No, it's like something you go chat with and do there. Kind of dynamic. You can move and kind of weave through the environment too. And there's like cover you can duck behind and stuff, which is nice. Oh. And you pick up your squad mates. No, he doesn't want to. Oh, he wants to get on. Okay. I'm not quite sure what mission we're going to. There's that one, and that one. I don't know. I don't quite get the even like it's so hard to coordinate because you're not sure what you're doing or what objectives everybody's working towards. Could you please go there for a sec? So we're flying over there. I'm just trying to figure out what this guy wants to do. Northern part of this thing else. I want to do these ones. I think I was going this way. I don't know. But you can just take in the beauty of the landscape. I will give them that. They've definitely created a very lovely yet sort of empty world. It's almost like it's got like Fallout 76 syndrome going on. I don't really want to regroup again with these guys because I hate the powwow thing. It's so stupid. Okay, so we got stuck on an infinite loading screen and had to restart the recording and game. So that's fantastic. So I was talking about Fallout 76 syndrome, which is a terminology that I've coined where it's a big, beautiful open world that's filled with potential, but it's ultimately empty and quite lifeless. Because it is sort of like that. It's just big for the idea and the concept of being really big, but it doesn't really have a lot going on. Tons of this game is just wandering through these forests hoping that something is going to happen. Like, why did I spawn up here in the forest? I don't understand. I don't even know how I got here. I just want a vehicle. There's usually a lot of vehicles sitting around, but even then it always seems like I can't find something to help me get to where I want to go. And it's just, the whole game is a real pain in the ass. I gotta be honest. It's the matchmaking, like it even says, and I'm pretty sure that's right here, Ghost Recon Breakpoint experience is optimized for co-op. And you know what? I don't feel that that is the case, because this seems like a really bad setup for co-op play. It's just been an absolute nightmare trying to like coordinate and get in a group with people. And even when you do, it's just you're playing together and it's tiring and boring and you're fed up with it. Because I was in there all night the other night, and I was just like, this is not getting better. I thought I was getting close to the river. I want to get to the river so I can get like a boat. Get, boating away? I don't know. There are a good selection of vehicles in this, I will say that. Yeah. It seems like a game that's kind of lost its focus, because the Ghost Recon series was always so, to me it was really interesting. Now I didn't play much of Wildlands because, busy and whatever. I didn't get it to review at that point. But I was really looking forward to this one, because when I first checked out the beta, I was like, oh, this is an interesting idea. And now that I've really sunk my teeth into this and spent time with it, I just realized that it's kind of a big empty area that is quite lovely to look at. Again, we're in resolution mode right now, but I just don't quite get the the excitement or the interest in this one. It's just kind of, I don't know. I'm tired of it. I don't want to keep playing it. I haven't gotten interested in the story at all. It's not very enticing to me. We're not in a firefight. Come on, man. Hello there.
Hey, don't be afraid. I need to know how to find this location. Can you help me?
You might have already looked, but I can
Yep.
tell you about
Now
this
we're
one
sitting
spot.
here talking to a
Thanks.
guy.
Means a lot.
I think he had a collectible too, didn't he? Or was it just like the thing I was told? Is there a boat down here? I don't think there's a boat down here. There's some guys over there though. It really isn't for me. I think maybe some people will like it. I believe if you're coming off of, Wildlands, I think you'll be a little disappointed by what they did with this one. It's more of a, an open situation, but less of a purpose in that situation, which is annoying. Oh, jeez, I've hurt my leg. That's not good. I move all slow and hobble unless I get down and wrap myself up. I guess I could use the syringes, but I just want to drive home the point of, like, how kind of tiring this is. I should also mention, obviously you can crouch around like you've been seeing, but you can go prone as well. You can do stealth stuff, but you just really won't be driven to it. And I don't know, like, I'm trying to find a purpose as in what I'm doing here. I just want to get to a boat so that I could, boat over to where I want to go. Jump over there. I want to jump off. Maybe if I, like, run. Nope. It's not happening. I can slide down the hill, though, hopefully. Maybe swim my way to victory. But that's what, like, a lot of this actually is just, like I mentioned, walking back and forth, trying to find a vehicle, trying to find a purpose. Bits of fast travel, but barely in there. Hard coordination with your team. Like, even with a mic, when I was playing with this guy, we were connected very well when we were playing. It was still just a logistics nightmare trying to get ourselves somewhere to try to do something. Is there not like a damn boat around here or something? This is just Ugh.